Hi all, I'm Nandana Lakshmi, first year BA English. So, what I'm going to say is about how some people become unique in their own ways. Literally, we know that we all are human beings and we have the structural features and biological organization according to that of Homo sapiens, and that is why we call ourselves to be humans. But is there something so special or so unique that only humans possess that makes themselves to be so different from other creatures of God? Definitely yes. If we take back to what happened during the childhood of our parents or uncles or aunts, they may be saying when we were of your age, we always had a close interaction with the people around us. And it was all about sharing, caring, exchanging everything that we were having. When a new dish is prepared in our house, it will be shared to the next one. So it was all a matter of unfeigned togetherness, and people always used to interact as much as possible. But now, even before we were taken to a lockdown, many of us were confined within the four corners of our own house, and it was all about the dads and rushes of uh, a specific world that is created just for ourselves. So, just move back to what was happening in Kerala in 2018 and 2019. Actually, it was an entirely new experience for everyone to witness the 2018 floods of Kerala that grabbed many districts across Kerala in various ways. And many people lost their lives and property. There was so much of destructions. But still, we were able to overcome the situation because without looking at the color of the hands which came for the rescue, everyone was trying to incorporate whatever they could contribute. They were trying to rebuild our state into a much better one, and all the organizations collectively joined their hands to make the effort to be brilliant as they can. And again in 2019, the same thing was repeated, but we were able to overcome the situations. And one incident that occurred in one of the rehabilitation camps was the organizers was getting a call from a person, and he just called and he was saying, I have something to donate to the rehabilitation camp, so could you please come and collect it? And when the organizers went to that place, they saw a man who was striving hard for per day living, but he donated all the clothes that he used to sell in the streets to that camp. And what he said was, now I have many things in excess and I should donate it to those people who need it more than me. My dear friends, this is what being a human means. And to be a human, we don't need a financial stability or high class reputation or a big family status. Nothing is needed. Just only a mindset, a heart that loves others, that makes a compassion to be shown to others. That is enough for a person to be a human. I just want to portray an incident that happened to uh, one of my mentors. I know him personally. He is someone who inspired me a lot, Dr. Vimal Vijay sir. So he likes to travel, and he was walking to a temple top in Tunganath. And that place is having extreme climatic conditions, so he has to walk alone. By that time, a small dog came to him, and to look like the dog was looking black, fat. So sometimes maybe we may be frightened to see such a dog, but he wasn't terribly frightened. He just managed with the situation, and this dog was walking along with this man, and both of them walked together till they reached the temple top. At that night, they had to stay there. The next day, he visited the temple, he prayed, and then he came back. So, on his way back, also, the dog was accompanying him. See, there was no relationship between this person and that dog. But still, when he wanted someone to accompany him, or when he wanted someone to be with him, that creature was there with him. This is where the aspect of universal brotherhoodness becomes much more relevant about. Everyone belonging to us, everyone belonging to this world is entirely ours own. And that is where the need for such cares and shares and interactions and unfeigned togetherness becomes so possible to build up the aspect of being a human. And the greatest richness is nothing but the power of love, and that can make miracles to bloom. See, for a person to do a service, there is no need for, as I have already said, there is no need for a reputation or a fame. Instead, just lending a helping ear to someone who need to hear us, or just giving a positive smile, a beautiful smile to someone, or just paddling on on the shoulder of someone to appreciate for their skills. That is enough to show the value of humanity. And in all these ways, many people are becoming humans day by day. They're showing the greatest power of being a human again and again, and they're portraying examples continuously for every one of us. And more beyond an inspiring talk or a motivational speech, a person who is able to hear us when we are passing through the middle of many scrapes and squeezes can influence really. Because personally, I do have such a situation. When my parents were going out during this entire lockdown, I had to sit alone in the house. So during these 7 months, I was feeling like losing and not over myself, nothing to do productive, and terribly depressed of myself. But still, I was able to overcome and I could become much more active only because there were a few people who just showcased the beauty of being with me, being united with me, and they were not actually inspiring; they were just hearing, but it made possible transformations in my life. Today, in the middle of this pandemic, the number of suicides and the suicidal tendency is continuously increasing. Many people are falling to the depth of depression. At this stage, what we can contribute to the people is just let them know that we are there with them, and do not ever refuse to talk with a person in such a situation. The World Health Organization itself declared let us talk to be the best motto that they could make in order to enhance the situations and in order to get rid of the current depression and the current scenario of rising number of suicides. So, these are all ways for each and every one of us to become unique by being a human. And always believe in ourselves, because our belief in ourselves is the greatest thing that we can do to us itself. And by smiling, by simply being positive, we are spreading happiness not only to the people around us, but to the whole universe itself. I just want to end up with a small story. Once there was a father who had a world map with him, and his little son, who didn't even know what a world map was, tore it off into different pieces while playing. And the father was trying several times to correct it, but he couldn't. At last, he becomes so much angry and he just asked his son, "You are the one who made it like this, so you should correct it by yourself." When the father was attempting to make it corrected for almost 3 hours, the son could simply correct it within 3 seconds. When the father came, the world map was ready. So he was so much amazed. He just asked to his son, "Without even studying geography, how could you correct it?" The son simply smiled and said, "About which world map are you talking?" He had never seen any world map. Instead, he had seen the portrait of a film actor behind that world map, and that small boy was able to identify where the eyes should be placed, where the ears should be placed, and where the hands should be placed. At one side, when a person was corrected, at the other side, the entire world itself was corrected. To all those people who are watching this, it is the best gift, and it is something that only humans could possess. This is why God created us to be humans. And we all are special in our own ways. We all are unique in our own ways. How we seek our uniqueness is being by being a human. And I just want to end up by just saying one thing more. Whatever I have said here is not just my ideas. Instead, what I got from the people around me, what many people said from the experiences they had. So, whenever we are interacting with people, definitely the dual will be giving something much more special, something inevitable that could make miracles to bloom in our life. So, always stay positive, Be happy always. Be loving, be compassionate, and more beyond. Be unique by being a human. Thank you.